Released in 1998, Ridge Racer Type 4 was the last Ridge Racer game to be released for the PlayStation 1, and boy did they leave the best to last. R4 also came with a bonus disc, Ridge Racer Turbo Mode, which was also a pretty neat addition, but we're going to come back to that in a moment. First, let's have a look at the game introduction with Reiko.
He's the one for me, there's no place I'd rather be. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To the finish line, everywhere you look, he's right on time. The silence there, raging through the ocean there, he's without air. Everywhere you look, he's right on time. Meant to believe. Can you feel the heat when the tires kiss the street?
The first thing I want to mention about this game is the graphics. Namco have really bumped up the graphical quality of the Ridge Racer series in R4. It's not surprising really after the high watermark set by Gran Turismo. R4 is the first Ridge Racer to use Gouraud shading on polygons, and it looked brilliant at the time. R4 features a great light source, detailed textures and a smooth 30 frames per second without a single moment where it drops below that. Tracks have been arranged in such a way that the scenery pop-up is kept to a minimum. It's hardly noticeable. The instant replay mode after a race isn't quite as dynamic and is up to the quality as Gran Turismo, but it's certainly dated enough to hold its own. Everything about the graphics and looks of this game was eye candy at the time. It was amazing to think that this came out of the same hardware compared to the greatly inferior first Ridge Racer. With regards to the game objectives, well, in summary, the game involves yourself taking the role of a professional racer in the Grand Prix mode, where you must decide which team to work for. There are 4 teams to choose from. This includes Age Solo, Lizard, Azzolotto and Terrazzi. Choosing your team will determine the style of the car and power slide type the player will use. Vehicles use one of 2 styles of power sliding depending on the make of the car they select. This is drift and grip. Drift cars require players to tap the brake once while turning to break into a smooth power slide, while grip cars requires players to alternate between brakes and gas while turning to power slide. Once you've chosen your team, then you are ready to win the championship for your team. In each race, the player must attempt to reach a qualifying position, with later stages requiring players to place in higher positions to qualify. Depending on the qualifying position in each race, players will be awarded a new vehicle or upgrade to their current one, based on their team and manufacturer, with better cars earned for reaching consistently higher positions. That means that the best cars are earned by placing first in each match, while the least impressive cars are earned by just clearing the minimum qualifying positions. The game also features time attack mode, in which players can attempt to get the fastest time in each course. There's a versus battle and split screen mode for 2 players. This was the first to appear in the home console series. There was also the option of using the PlayStation Link cable mode, allowing 4 players to play simultaneously. Players can also create their own car decors and participate in extra trials against powerful prototype cars. With regard to the game content, well, there's 320 vehicles earned by racing, with every combination of team, manufacturer and qualifying position. If the players unlock all 320 cars, they unlock an additional one modelled after Pac-Man, for a total of 321 vehicles. R4 offered 8 tracks, which seems light on content, but important to point out that the original Ridge Racer game only had 1 track, and even Ridge Racer only had 4 tracks. These 8 tracks are also driven in reverse mode. Here's all 8 tracks.
Real Racing Roots 99 in Helter Skelter. 3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's showtime! To Mexico! laps to go.
Route 99 in Out of Blue.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's time! 3 laps to go.
Route 99 in Pantomime.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's time! 3 laps to go.
Route 99 in Brightest Night.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's time! 3 laps to go.
Racing Roots 99 in Heaven and Hell.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's time!
3 laps to go. Racing Roots 99 in Shooting Hoops.
3, 2, 1, go! Here we go! It's time!
In summary, R4 is the best PlayStation 1 Ridge Racer game. In fact, R4 remains a high mark for the series, and no entry has quite topped it yet. The only game on PlayStation that could really compete with R4, in my opinion, was Gran Turismo. Way ahead of their time for getting the balance of arcadey and realistic just right. I really love this game, and I'm going to give this game 9 out of 10 stars. Really good game.
Team should really be called Team Speed. So let's celebrate your victory. A toast to the #1 speed king in the world. A toast to the spirit of Italian racing.
Okay, let's get back to that bonus disc that I mentioned earlier. Ridge Racer High Spec Demo was included as a bonus disc packed with R4 and features the complete Ridge Racer game plus a scaled down version game run at a smooth 60 frames per second with Gorage shading utilised on the car models, as seen in R4. The difference is quite obvious. Unfortunately, to make up the extra processing power needed to generate the frame rate, the game only runs in either time trial or time attack modes, meaning that it is not possible to race against more than one other car. Not a big deal, but for me, the track feels empty without the other drivers.
3, 2, 1, go! Wow, what a start! This is just what I wanted to see! 3 laps to go! job. I got everything on camera, so you'll want
It was pretty impressive that a game company would provide a complete game from the same generation as a pack-in with a subsequent title from the same series, especially when the game was good enough to warrant a separate purchase just a few years earlier. As the disc features the original frames per second game in its entirety, as well as the bonus material, there's no reason to own a copy of Ridge Racer if you can grab Ridge Racer Type 4 instead. Overall, I rate this demo 6 out of 10 stars. This is a higher score than I gave the original PlayStation 1 Ridge Racer game. If you liked this video, then please press like. Please also leave a comment or give me your feedback, really appreciated. However, it would be brilliant if you'd subscribe to my channel. I've just started this channel and hope to bring you games across the old to new formats as time goes by. If you do subscribe to my gang, then you're obviously a very smart and talented person, just like me. See you later, guys. Bye bye.